And into the frame came something else. It flew into the frame like this, and it shot a beam of light at the warhead, which is represented by my thumb here. Now, remember, all this stuff is flying at several thousand miles an hour. So this thing fires a beam of light at the warhead, hits it, and then this thing flies up like this. Meanwhile, we're all going like this, fires another beam of light, goes around like this, we're going like this, fires another beam of light, goes down like this, fires another beam of light, and then flies out the way it came in. And the warhead tumbles out of space. Now, I saw that. I don't give a goddamn what anybody else says about it. I saw that on film. Phil Klass can kiss my ass. He wasn't there. I was. Now, when the lights came on, Major Mansman turned around and looked at me and said, "Were you guys screwing around up there?" And I said, "No, sir." And he said, "What was that?" And I said, "It looks to me like we got a UFO."
This is Dabu7. I want to share with you guys here some footage of this SpaceX explosion and some really weird anomalies around it. Call them UFOs, UAPs. Everyone on the ground had witnessed this. I was wondering if you guys had seen something similar. Now, here's a secondary clip, and this was caught down near Miami. And you can see the object coming into frame here, but there are all kinds of smaller objects that pop up in the sky around it. And this is what's raising the question. Were there UFOs, UAPs surrounding this right before it blew up? If so, we need to know. We need to know what caused this to come down. And what were these objects? How could they have been so close to it in the sky? Watch here as I put this into motion. They're all over the place. They're all over the place. I'm going to play it again. You can see them lighting up. What are these objects? Mystery objects, UFOs, UAPs, all around the SpaceX flight before it blew up. Moments later, this is what they witnessed. You guys tell me, did you witness anything? Let me know. This was a crazy one. Crazy objects in the frames.
Shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, the bishops of Great Millstone, who teach and rule well in all truth and sincerity. Shalom, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, the house of David, starting with the 144,000, followed by the 1/3 remnant. Shalom. So as you saw, man, you see why it only gonna take the Lord 1 hour to take this place down, man, and to take Esau, Edom out of power, man. Esau's technology is no match, all right, for Yahweh Bashem Shah. All right. The Chariots, man, so-called UFOs, no match, man. All right. And there are several different accounts of Edomites out there saying that, man, this technology of these so-called UFOs, man, it's thousands of years ahead of what they have, of what this world has, man. So it's gonna be no contest, man. The war in heaven is gonna be completely one-sided, man. As the scriptures say, 1 hour, man. For in 1 hour is so great riches come to naught, man. All right. So it's gonna be completely one-sided. The war in heaven. Let's go to 2nd Esdras 13. We'll start with that. Yeah, man. The Chariots, man. They shooting missiles out the sky. You saw, that whole account with Elon Musk, or what is it called? SpaceX rocket was shot down, man. Because that's what shot it down. The Chariots, man. So-called UFOs. All right, that's what the explosion was, man. The Chariots did that, man. All right, and we know that those are the Chariots of Israel, man. They're not UFOs to us or UAPs to us. They're the chariots that the scriptures talk about, man. All right, but let's get to this war in heaven. Second Esdras 13, I'll start at the top. Second Esdras 13 and 1. And it came to pass, after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. All right. You can read about that. And matter of fact, let's go get that and we'll come back to Second Esdras. Revelation, the first chapter. Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so Amen. Just talking about Yahweh Shai and those clouds are UFOs. All right, these clouds are UFOs. Let's go prove that. Psalms 104. The clouds are so-called UFOs, man, which are the chariots of Israel. Psalms 104 and 3. Who led the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind, who maketh his angel spirits, his ministers, a flaming fire. So the clouds are the chariots. The clouds are so-called UFOs. The clouds that we're reading about here, man. In 2nd Esdras 13 and what we read in Revelation, the first chapter. Those clouds are so-called UFOs, which we know are chariots, man. All right. So Yahweh Shai is coming back with thousands of angels. All right. Thousands of chariots, man. All right. And the scriptures talk about that. So let's go back to, where were we, 2nd Esdras? 2nd Esdras 13. And I read 3 again. And I beheld, and lo, that man, the man is Yahweh Shai, waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire. All right, so yeah, that's Yahweh Shai is going to be shooting laser beams out of his fathership, man. He coming back on the giant so-called UFO, and he going to be shooting the laser beams, cutting people asunder, man, beating the people to powder, as the scriptures say, man. Who shall not utterly be beaten to powder? Roughly paraphrasing. All right, verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So remember, the sea represents the heavens. Remember, in Genesis, it said what? It's waters below the firmament and waters above the firmament. So Yahweh Shai is coming from the third heaven, man. All right. But I beheld, and lo, he had graded himself a great mountain and flew upon it. Yeah, that's that UFO, man. So-called UFO. That's that giant chariot. All right. This is about to describe how big it is. But I would have seen the region or place whereof the hill was graven, and I could not. All right. So the chariot was so big that our forefather, all right, the prophet Esdras, he couldn't even see where it ended, man. All right. And after this, I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid and yet durst fight. So the Lord gonna have to literally put the spirit on these Edomites and other heathen nations to fight, man, because they're gonna be scared shitless. They're gonna be scared out of their mind. But the Lord gonna put the spirit on them to fight. All right. Verse 9, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But I only saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. So, yep, those laser beams, man. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest. and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was so afraid. Alright? So yeah, man, you can get a vivid picture of this, alright, in War of the Worlds, the 2005 version with Tom Cruise. Alright? Just to give you kind of paint a picture of what that scene is gonna be like, man. You know that scene in War of the Worlds, the 2005 one? Alright, well, Tom Cruise, the tripods was shooting missiles, shooting laser beam, alright? Killing the people. That's how it's gonna be, except it ain't gonna be tripods and little green men from Mars, man. It's gonna be Yahweh Shai and the angels. Alright? Yahweh Shai headed up by Michael the Archangel, as the scriptures say, man. Alright, so it's gonna be no contest, man. It's gonna be completely one-sided. Alright? So let's go get this same account in Revelation 12. Revelation 12:7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven. Alright, so yeah, man, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Alright, the scriptures also say, I beheld Satan fall as lightning from heaven. That's talking about the so-called white man being taken out of power. It's only going to be 1 hour, man. Take 1 hour. Alright, verse 9. Revelation 12:9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So yeah, man, Michael, the archangel, alright, is gonna fight the dragon. And the dragon is what? Alright, basically the fourth beast. The Roman Empire, the Edomites. That's the dragon, man. Alright. And the angels and the dragon's angels are what? These other nations, all these other heathen nations, man. Alright. You know, the so-called Chinese, Japanese, alright, Africans, alright, East Indians, so-called East Indians, alright, all these other nations, man. So that's the dragon and his angels, and they're gonna lose miserably. Alright. So it's gonna be quick, and you see why, man. You know, the Lord got this. Hey, man, the UFOs, so-called UFOs, man. Hey, they always helped us out, man. When you go into the ancient world and we read the scriptures, man, the chariots was always there, man. A chariot delivered us out of ancient Egypt. All right, you can read about the chariots all throughout the scriptures, man. Yahweh Shai went back up into heaven on so-called UFO, man. When the Lord rose him from the dead, man, he went back up to by way of a so-called UFO. Hey, our forefather Elijah, all right, our forefather Enoch, they were beamed up into so-called UFOs, man. So the chariots is what's gonna take down these devils, man. Let's get that. I think it's Zechariah. Might be I think it's Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. So this is another name for a so-called UFO, a roll, man. All right, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. All right, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah of hosts. All right, and that the Lord of hosts means what? The Lord of armies. All right. So all these are so-called UFOs. That's the army of Yahweh Bashim Shah. All right. And it shall enter into the house of the thief. Who's the thief? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom, the wicked. The devil that the Bible speaks of, he's the thief, man. All right, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, all right, Edomites, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. So these so-called UFOs are gonna destroy America by way of laser beams. They're gonna top off the destruction, man, because you're gonna have the ICBM missiles, all right, which is gonna make America into a lake of fire. But the Chariots are also gonna be a big part in that, man, in the destruction. But they would, because that's the duality of Yahweh Shema Shah. The Chariots are so-called UFOs are salvation for the elect of Israel, but they're destruction for everybody else, man. So that's the balance of Yahweh Shema Shah. So Esau is no match, man, for Yahweh Shema Shah, man. These UFOs are gonna make easy work of Esau and his army, man. All this fighter jets and tanks and all that, man. All right, the Chariots are gonna make light, easy work of all of Esau's technology, all his weaponry, man. All right, let's go to 1 Thessalonians. I'm just gonna, scriptures that we bring out on the Chariots, all right, all the time, man. All right, so cause Esau think he, think he doing something with his Space Force and all that shit, man. But the Lord has shown him time and time again that he don't stand a chance, man. You got accounts where the so-called UFOs, the Chariots, they've disarmed, basically activated and deactivated nuclear silos, man. So that's the power of the Chariots, man. That's the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Esau is no match for that, man. Let's see. What I said I wanted. I get Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah. I can't remember what I had said before that. Let's go to Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So the Lord is coming back with the chariots, man. All right. Which was always prophesied in the scriptures, man. Let's go to Jude. Let's get that in Jude. Jude 1 and 14. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000 of his saints, to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. So, hey, even our forefather Enoch prophesied about Yahweh Shah coming back on with the chariots, man, destroying this place, taking down Esau Edom, man, the so-called white man out of power. All right. So this was prophesied from the beginning, man. So that war in heaven is going to be no contest, man. It's going to be a complete all-out invasion, man. Let's go to Habakkuk, and I'll probably close out with this one, unless some more scriptures come to mind. Habakkuk 3. I'll start at the top. Matter of fact, I'll start at 3. Habakkuk 3 and 3. It says, the Most High came from Teman and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Selah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. And his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was the hiding of his power. All right, so those laser beams, man. Before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet. He stood and measured the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations. Remember the war in heaven. All right, we just read about it. He drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered, and perpetual hills did bow. His ways are everlasting. I saw the tents of Cushan in affliction, and the curtains of the land of Midian did tremble. Was the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea? That thou didst ride upon thy horses and thy chariots of salvation? Thy bow was made quite naked according to the oaths of the tribes. Even thy word, Selah, thou did cleave the earth with rivers. The mountains saw thee and they trembled. The overflowing of the water passed by, so it's going to be earthquakes, tsunamis, man. All right. The deep uttered his voice and lifted up his hands on high. The sun and moon stood still in their habitation, and the light of thy arrows they went, and the shining of thy glittering spear. So this is the missiles and the chariots, man. Thou didst march through the land in indignation. Thou didst thrust the heathen in anger. So that's that war in heaven, man. Yahweh Shai and the angels, they're going to be shooting out them laser beams out of the chariots, man. Beating people to powder, cutting people asunder, man. All the wicked, including 2/3 of all people, man. 2/3 Israelites, man. Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for salvation with thine anointed. Thou woundedest the head of the house of the wicked by discovering thy foundation unto the neck. Selah, thou didst strike through with his stays the head of his villages. They came out as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing was to devour the poor secretly. Thou didst walk through the sea with thine horses, through the heap of great waters. When I heard thee, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh up unto the people, he will invade them with his troops. All right. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a complete all-out invasion, man. Yahweh Shai is coming back with the heavenly hosts, so-called UFOs, man, the chariots of Israel, man. And what you saw in the clips, why it's gonna be no contest, man. All right, Esau's missiles, all his so-called technology, man, all this so-called weaponry, it's gonna be no match for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. All right, so yeah, it's gonna be easy work, man, light work, man. All right, so I just wanted to go into that, man, do a epistle on it, you know, and I meant to do this epistle last week, but I'm just now getting around to it, so I wanted to get it up on, wax, so I had to do it. All right, but yeah, man, the war in heaven is gonna be quick, man. It's gonna be completely one-sided, man. Basically a one-hitter quitter, man. A knockout. All right, a first-round knockout, man. All right, so Esau, you done, man. You can get all your little fighter jets and, you know, your Space Force and all that is gonna be to no avail. It's all in vain, man. All right, it's all in vain. I pray that this has been edifying to the elect through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem Rakakudash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach me well in our truth and sincerity. Shalom, peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. The house of David started with 144,000, followed by the 1/3 remnant. Ababa Ball, Shalom.